Come on. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Hello?
How is he?
Oh, much better. Even if he still finds it a bit tricky at lampposts.
Father.
What do you say, huh? Huh? You say woof woof, do? Come on. Come on. In you go, my little sausage. Voila. Ah, now you do it. In the window. I am coming. What time is it?
It's 10:30, and it's the second Tuesday in the month.
We're late. Better do it at once, yes?
Let me give you a hand with those.
I tell you, you take this one, yes? Come on, Pooch. Come on, my little Pooch. One. Come on, Pooch. Come. Where are you? Daddy, Daddy. I was hoping they would leave us alone.
Well, it'll soon be someone else's turn.
Yes. And that's when one feels most nervous. Don't you feel nervous?
I'll be glad when it's over, that's all. For your sake.
Callan is here, Mr. Hunter.
Oh, good.
Shall I send him in?
I expect he'll barge in on his own. Ah, Callan.
You wanted me?
Yes, I thought we might have a quiet lunch together, just for old time's sake.
Oh.
Help yourself.
No, thanks. You can get a nice veal and ham pie just round the corner.
Yes, but the coffee's not as good. So, you're permanently and officially back in the section, eh? You enjoying it?
Yeah.
Really, you do surprise me.
It's a very good job. Now. How long did you say you were staying?
A couple of weeks.
Back in a couple of weeks. Leave a message on the real boss's desk, will you?
Callan, I don't have to threaten you now, do I? I just order you.
I'm officially on leave.
I've just officially cancelled it. Sit down. You do disappoint me, Callan, really.
Oh, dear, I am sorry to hear that.
After all these months with such nice people around, I thought your manners might have been...
Let's get to the point, shall we?
Right. Eric Marshall, age 52, resident of Britain for 9 years, runs a pet shop in Shepherd's Bush.
Oh, that's where you've been all this time.
Real name Marieshka, real occupation espionage. His daughter Nadia, also well-trained in espionage.
Suddenly, I'm bored.
The pet shop is little more than a sub-post office. We've known about it for over 6 months now.
But you haven't bothered to bring them in, so of course you must be using them.
Well, we placed the odd bit of misleading information. Yes, they're little more than clerks. Transmitting, reducing stuff to microdots, and delivering to dead letterboxes around London.
I wouldn't have thought this one was dirty enough for you.
Ah, but I haven't got to the point yet, Callan.
Еще раз Vashenia. Once again your name?
Ross.
Roskovich. Don't be irritating. You'll spoil my name. Now, you wouldn't want that, would you? Why not be sensible and talk?
I've told you. You must have got hold of the wrong man at the airport. It's ridiculous to suggest that I'm a spy.
Oh, really? Yes, now let's see. A magpie at 3 o'clock. That should be just past your left ear. Jolly good accent you have, by the way.
This is a nightmare.
Isn't it?
I never thought it would happen in this country.
Well, it's frightfully bad taste to welcome you like this, I agree. But you see, we do need a spot of information from you rather urgently. Just filling in, you know, code name, so on.
You've got my passport. I'm as English as you are.
Boys, my luck, Roskovich. We're in the same business. I admire your nerve. I don't want to break it. But let's face it, you've You've joined the whole in one club, Straight into our hands.
What's that for?
Don't you play golf?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's my favourite game. Seldom get the chance these days, but I do like to keep in trim. Not a word to the chief, but I use this place for practice swings. It's ideal. This is one of his clubs. You can blast the ball end to end, hard as you like. Now then. Oh, sliced a bit there.
So give it to Toby. He loves animals.
Marshall's a small fry. This is the chap we're really after.
Belyukov.
Yes.
What's Belyukov got to do with a pet shop in Shepherd's Bush? I thought he was in the Middle East.
He caught a virus. He's network controller here in London now. That's exactly the sort of look I'd hope to see on your face, Callan. Beirut, wasn't it? At a table on the Excelsior Terrace. I seem to remember you were very fond of her. She leaned forward to kiss you and got a bullet in the back of the neck. Meant for you.
Where is he?
As far as we can gather, he never puts a foot outside the embassy building.
Oh, he will. Sooner or later, he will.
I want him sooner. In the back of the neck, if you prefer a certain poetry.
You know, ever since you left, this has just been an ordinary job to me. But no, that's not good enough for you, mate, is it? You really got to get me going.
Oh, but you always worked much better that way, Callan. Right. The marshals are being recalled and replaced.
Ross. You forgot to give the usual ring.
Sorry.
Now, don't get careless because we're going back.
You're in a bad temper.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little worried, that's all.
Why?
It's after 7. There's still no sign of Ross.
Perhaps he's been delayed.
No, he was on the plane that arrived at noon. I phoned up to check.
Well, he's probably taking a first look around London. He may have had some special call to make.
In that case, the embassy should have let us know. Sure.
Are you feeling giddy again?
No, I've been processing, that's all.
You should have let me make those dots. You know what your eyes are like.
I'm fine. My eyes are sparkling.
Look what I've got.
What's that?
I went to the travel agent round the corner, just for appearance. Which way would you like to go? Scandinavia? Austria? Turkey?
Austria. Can't you see us in the Alps? Yodeling. Unfortunately, that is up to the Secretariat.
Well, I'd like to go by Istanbul. I've heard it's fantastic. All those nightclubs and mosques and shish kebabs.
You know, I love to hear you sound like a girl of your age should.
We're going home, Father.
Yes.
Let's have a drink.
Good.
Da-dum. The drink of spies everywhere. Father, you shouldn't try to move that.
Sit up.
Your man takes an unhealthy pleasure in his work.
Is this all you're going to give us?
I could take him back.
There isn't time. Marshal knows he's arrived. He phoned London Airport over an hour ago. All round, you didn't stand much of a chance, did you?
No, I didn't.
However, we aren't complete spoil sports. Mr. Ross will reach his destination, even if he is a little late.
Post.
That's about the 6th toast, you two.
Yeah, well, we're killing the bottle, as they say.
You're certainly certainly a quick learner, Mr. Ross. It's hard to believe you only just got here. The accent's perfect.
Yeah.
Lower middle to working class. I picked it up from a defector. British corporal hopped it over the Berlin War.
But I thought you were in Copenhagen.
Yeah, I was a month unattached before coming here.
Oh, by the way, I meant to ask you about dear old Peter Keflik. How is he? You know, we trained together a long time ago.
He's fine, fine.
Does he still have the house in Klampenberg?
I believe he does, yeah.
What вам surprise? Vatrushka.
Ah, Anna Frekrasnaya. Есть только один гастроном Гиджи Моджny. Достать такую хорошую.
Пожалуйста, попробуйте.
I'm sure it's just quite like my old mum used to bake. Right now, I couldn't eat a thing. Besides, I always make it a very strict rule to speak only the language of the country I'm in.
You're quite right. It was our rule, too, but we've been here too long, Nadia and I. Lately, we've grown a bit homesick.
You'll unsettle him before he's even begun.
No, you like it here. Most people are kind. You know, all that information we put through. Politics. Huh. I would like to send a simple, unsecret report on my neighbors. I don't like spying anymore.
Father,
Well, neither do you, if you ever did enjoy it, huh?
you can tell he's ready for retirement. He wouldn't have dared risk saying such a thing a few years ago.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not head of operations.
We call him the ringmaster.
Yes, I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Meeting him?
But surely you know the system here in England.
In England, nobody meets face to face.
It's been strict policy since those two rings were broken some years ago.
Yeah, but I thought he would make direct contact every now and then.
Never with us.
Oh, he may rendezvous with others, of course, but we're small fry. We don't matter. Yeah, another drink, yes?
No, not now. Oh, you can brief me on the more important things tomorrow. Right now, I am flogged. Correct usage?
Then, Mr. Ross, I will say, sleep well.
And you.
You can also say whacked or all in.
Ah, and I will remember that.
I've a room for you at the pub across the road. I'll take you over.
These people are too damn nice. Makes you forget what business they're in.
Briskovich.
Is he here?
Yes, Colonel.
Thank you, Chilienko. That makes my day.
Yes, sir.
You know why, Chilienko? Because if this message hadn't come through, nothing would have happened today. Nothing.
Yes, sir.
For 14 hours, I've been toiling at that desk.
Yes, sir.
For what? Sums about the money this department spends. A list of changed code names. An inventory of obsolete signal equipment. And a letter to my predecessor about a pair of boots he left in a cupboard. And I wouldn't have written that if he hadn't gone up a rank. Drink?
No, thank you, sir.
I used to be an agent in the field. I used to leave bump to other people. Now I'm strangled with it. Cooped up in this dreary office. And I drink too much.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. When I say that, I expect an encouraging no, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait. A file on Mareshka and his daughter.
It's on your desk, sir.
Huh? Ah. She's a pretty girl, the daughter, huh? Beirut used to be awash with pretty girls. When do they leave?
They're due to go next week, sir.
All right. Leave instructions for them in the usual place. A cheap tourist holiday the kind they can afford. And then they hire a car for the day. You know, the usual fake accident. Father and daughter killed in holiday tragedy. You know the rest.
Ah. Your Gideon Bible. No slip-ups?
Yeah, it's bloody hard work pretending you're a stranger in the middle of Shepherd's Bush.
Oh, it's well worth it to reach Belyakov.
No, there's not a chance. The organisation is full of cutouts. I mean, he won't get down to this level.
Because your joining the ring was only the beginning. The next thing is to pass a private message along the line to Belyakov.
Oh, we don't even know his present code name.
We'll get it for you.
All right, what's the message?
The marshals intend to defect. To stay in the West and talk. That should bring them out quickly enough to eliminate them.
Won't work.
It's a risk we have to take.
They were expecting me. He won't be able to keep up the pose for long.
Long enough.
For what?
For the girl to tell him where your lot leave their messages.
The places can easily be changed.
Not before we pick up a few leads, old son. Especially the one that takes us to Belyukov.
Who?
Colonel Max Belyukov, your London boss.
But you prefer to use his code name, and that's what I want from you. Мне нужно это название. I want that code name.
Stand clear of the gates.
It can be tricky getting a lift yourself sometimes.
This is your post office.
One of the busiest. It's our direct link with head office.
The embassy?
Yes. Best to check it regularly. Ah.
Delivery day.
Drawing pin with a microdot in the head. Doesn't get dislodged, you see? It may be our travel instructions.
You're dying to get away, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, well, roll on, Dick.
Don't say that.
Squash. How I hate this boring way of keeping fit. Do you suppose in the American embassy they play skittles in the basement?
I'm told they have excellent recreation facilities in Grosvenor Square, sir.
That's what I like about you, Chelenko. Your face ripples with good humor like a frozen lake. What are you nosing about in there for, him?
I saw the girl Marishka at the station. Naturally, she didn't know me.
So?
A man got into the lift with her. It wasn't Roskovich. It stands to reason, Colonel. She wouldn't make the collection with someone else there. I went down in the lift again as soon as I could. The drawing pin was gone.
All right, Chelenko. It may be a false alarm, but I think you'd better check.
Austria.
And from there you jump off?
Yes. Night flight to Vienna next Friday. It's almost time to start packing. I can hardly believe it.
Who's this then? Boyfriend?
Oh, no, that's Nicky, my young brother. I've missed him a lot, but Father...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we wanted to go home for such a long time. And now that it's just a few days away...
This is all the equipment I need then, is it?
Yes. Do you think it's wise to take it to your room?
Well, you see, I'm a little rusty on photo work. Dots didn't come into my side in Copenhagen. Don't worry.
Oh, that'll be Father now. Wait till he hears the news. What is it?
Oh, man. Man has come to the shop. He was leaving the lift as we were going in.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm quite sure. Dressed differently, but it's the same man.
Then he must be one of our people, the one who left the message.
Or one of their people.
A British agent?
The important thing is for me to get out of here. Is there another way?
There's the side door.
All right. Why don't you go keep him busy? Now treat him as you would any other customer. Go on. They never will learn about those wide trouser legs.
Yes, well, these are the most popular, 3 and 6 each. And did you want them for indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
Oh, well, that gives you quite a range. £7, thank you.
I suppose you find running a shop rather a tie. Getting away from it, I mean.
It's difficult. But we're managing a holiday next week, as a matter of fact.
Oh? Faraway places?
8 days inclusive.
Leaving all this?
My cousin's coming. He's home from abroad.
Oh, he'll have quite a lot to learn.
Standard kit, no maker's stamps. East German, I should say.
You got Belikov's code name yet?
It's Oliver Cromwell. Bloody cheap. What is gluing you to that window?
One of Oliver Cromwell's men.
In the pet shop?
All right, don't wet your pants. It's me they're after.
Do you mean they're onto you?
Listen, they saw me going into the lift with a girl. I mean, what does that prove? No, they don't really know about Moscovich. Anyway, the girl doesn't even know if Dr. Zhivago down there is friend or foe.
And what happens if she finds out that he's friend and you're foe?
Well, they'll be up here after me, won't they? You better run home and tell Uncle Charlie.
And you better get on with that microdot.
Yeah. What happens to them when I've shopped them?
Oh, I thought Belyukov was nearest to your heart.
Relax.
Yes. I had quite a job getting rid of him, but I didn't give anything away. See you later.
Do you think he'll do it, Mears?
Yes, he'll shop the marshal, sir. He was sorting out the microdot as I left.
Belikov's boys already sniffing around the pet shop. It's coming together very nicely, Mears.
Yes, sir. It's not such a hairy one, after all. Yes. What? Yes.
I'd forget my head if it was loose.
Marshal, sir. He's collapsed.
Blast.
Who is it?
It's me, Mr. Callan. Lonely.
All right. Hang on.
You in a run or something?
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling out Mr. Callan outside the door.
Well, I'm sorry. I remembered to say Ross downstairs.
Well, look, you just keep remembering it, will you?
Yeah. Must be snug, eh? Living right on top of a boozer.
My God, Lonely, you smell like rising damp today, you really do.
Well, a drink might cure it, Mr. Callan.
After hours.
All right. Well, what do you want me to do, then?
I want you to go to the tube station. Take a ride in a lift.
What for?
Drawing pin. In your hand. Don't lose it.
You're going off your rocker,
I
Mr.
don't want any jokes. You get into the lift and make sure you get it on your own. I mean, that shouldn't be very difficult for you, should it?
All right, I get in the lift on my own. Well, then what?
Oh, you see a bench left-hand side. Sit down on it. Put the drawing pin underneath the bench, right-hand side.
Is that all?
Yeah, then you beat it.
You mean you just want me?
I just want you to do what you're told. Yes. Your father? Well, now, how bad is it then? All right, I'll come over.
Mr. Callan, if you just tell me what tube station I'll go and do
No,
it.
forget it.
Well, what about this?
I better take that back.
I'll soon be on my feet. Yes, Doctor?
We'll see about that later.
The main thing is to rest.
I'll be back in a couple of days. Take this last thing at night, it'll help you sleep. Eat lightly and don't smoke.
Does he have to give it up, Doctor?
No, well, perhaps not.
Thank you, Doctor.
Doctor, what do you think?
3 or 4 months. But he'll get progressively more tired. Any physical exertion is bound to shorten his chances.
Yes. Well, how will he be in, say, a week's time?
Fair. But let's just worry about the next few days, shall we?
But you don't understand. We're going on holiday abroad next Friday.
I'd say that's quite out of the question.
But wouldn't the change do him good?
Travel, I wouldn't give him more than 6 weeks. I can't say fairer than that.
No, you can't. Thank you very much for coming, Doctor.
Your father's dying.
Yes.
Does he know?
No.
But you did, you knew.
When he had the last hospital test, they told me. I don't care what the doctor says, we're going.
Look, I wouldn't have gone within a mile of that place if I'd known. Trust you to use a man with only a few months to live.
Lord Bellicoff was what mattered to you.
There's always another time.
The marshals are spies.
Oh, they're tiddlers, they're postal clerks. Just sit so yourself.
I didn't say they could leave the country.
You could let them slip away.
Oh, could I really?
What do you need them for, anyway? Part of your annual drive, is it? Make up to brigadier, will they?
Don't be childish, Callan.
Listen, the marshals will get 20 years apiece. The old man will be dead in a British jail in a couple of months. I mean, do you still play God Save the Queen every time you come into the office?
I'm beginning to doubt your loyalty, Callan.
If you mean my loyalty to you, mate, you're dead right. No, you want Bellicoff, you get him yourself.
Send Mears in, please.
Oh, yes, send Mears onto it. Bellicoff will eat him alive. Go on, put Mears onto it.
It's hardly necessary now.
You're dead right, it isn't. Because I didn't deliver your phony message.
It's not exactly what I meant, Callan. Yes, well?
It's, all right, sir. He'll be well away by now.
Roscovich?
With our help, of course. You see, I thought you might turn soft, Callan.
I should imagine he's gone straight home to Bellicoff with the news that Callan's joined the family business, sir.
A bit dodgy for the marshals, what?
That must be, sir.
My guess is they're as good as dead already, even without his message.
You bastard!
This is what happens when they chain me to a desk. And what do you think this man, this substitute, has told his section?
I couldn't say.
And how much did you tell them, hmm?
Very little.
But enough for them to put somebody else in your place. To me, that sounds like a lot, comrade.
I assure you, they only forced me to reveal a few minor details. I was given a rough time. It's in my report.
It's all here.
Well, they're as slack as this in Copenhagen?
May I remind you, Colonel, they knew of my arrival in London.
Maybe. But couldn't you have avoided arrest?
They said it was a customs search. I had to behave as an ordinary passenger.
A good agent would have sensed danger. You don't even know where you were questioned.
I escaped from a van while I was being taken from one place to another.
You might just as well have finished the trip.
I take it you'll have me reassigned.
I'll request it with pleasure. Well, I don't hold out much hope for you.
What do you mean?
You failed. Dead letterboxes we can do something about. There are documents here. Signal codes, frequencies, transmission times. If it's not too late, everything must be removed. Everything, yes?
Yes, sir. May I make a suggestion, sir?
Yes.
Why don't I take this Callan to a place for questioning? Could give him a taste of his own medicine.
Callan?
Yes, sir. Raskovich overheard his real name. It's all here.
Is this the man you saw with the girl?
Why, yes, sir. Do you know him?
Yes.
You're going to deal with this yourself?
Look after the office.
Does this Callan mean something?
Yes. I missed him once.
Moving in?
Yeah, well, with your father laid up. Best if I'm on the spot.
The pub's only across the road. There's nowhere for you to sleep here.
Don't worry, I'll find someone at the back.
In the back? But there's nowhere there.
Where are you going?
Shopping. Do you mind?
No, make it quick.
Yes, Comrade Commissar.
Side door. Is it locked?
Yes, the side door is locked. Now listen to me. Would you mind telling me what on earth you think you're doing?
Well, I'm expecting a visitor. Same fella who came earlier on. He'll probably be coming back with some friends.
If there's a danger of us being arrested, shouldn't we get out and warn the embassy?
Well, I think they've probably got the message already.
It's very good grouping, Mears. I don't even need this.
Telescopic, sir? Do you want me to use it?
Callan might miss.
It's a nice weapon, sir. Yes. Belyukov has just left the embassy, sir.
Is anyone there? Oh, it's you. Where's Nadia?
Oh, she'll be back in a moment. Feeling better?
Oh, much better. This would have to happen now.
Yeah. Tired, eh?
A little. You know, we start off with no nerves at all, and gradually we come to be made up of nothing else. But I shall travel next week. I shall not be lying here.
That's a spirit.
It's all right, you know. I guess. It's not just my espionage days that are over. Did Nadia tell you?
And she thinks you don't know.
That is because I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, sure.
You should try not to tense every time you hear that bell. Remember, it's a pet shop.
Yeah, it's a proper little jungle clearing.
to have taken over here already.
Mr. Ross, I got your message.
Come in.
Mr. Ross, what's happened to Mr. Callan? What's that for?
Don't worry, Callan is not due for removal yet. This is just in case he makes a mess of things.
Did he send for me?
No, I did it.
Well, I only works for him.
Stand still. I want you to take him a message. He's over there in the pet shop. Tell him that Charlie is at the ringside. As soon as Oliver Cromwell has been knocked out, he is to phone me here. Have you got that?
I think so.
You know, it's just as well you weren't directly involved with Cromwell, sir.
Why?
Well, he once lopped off another Charlie's head, sir.
Oh, very droll news.
I thought they were sitting up there waiting to pick you off.
Yeah. One of these days they will. One of these days.
Mr. Callan, look, what sort of trouble are you in?
Gun. Got the gun I asked for. Oh, go on, Scarpa.
Mr. Callan, look, if you're up against a mob, I could round up a few lads of my own. Are you going to use that against this Cromwell bloke, Mr. Callan?
Callan,
I thought I told you to stay in the back shop.
you aren't, Ross.
No,
British.
I didn't know it showed.
Who is this?
He's a fellow of the Royal Zoological Society, darling. He's got nothing to do with this. He's quite harmless and he knows nothing. Well, go on. If you don't believe me, go on, search him.
All right, get in there, against the far wall, and don't move.
Yeah, and be very quiet. The old man's asleep. Go on.
You were planted on this.
Look, I'm sorry that you and your father have to be involved.
It's a strange sort of remark for a policeman. We're spies, after all.
I may well be strange, love, but I'm not a copper.
I got this in case you needed me. It's just as well I had it.
I don't think very much of your chances when Cromwell gets here.
What do you mean?
He's on his way now. He knows I'm here. But he's not coming just to get me. He'll get rid of you two as well. You see, the balloon's gone up. You're going back, you're giving up. You're expendable. Your father even more so. I mean, isn't that so, Mr. Marshall?
What's that?
RSPCA, sir.
Oh, dear, they really do pick the moments, don't they?
Mr. Callan, I've got a confession to make. I've been in the hardware business for years, but I've never once pulled a trigger.
It's easy. You just pull the trigger.
Mr. Marshall?
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's laid up.
And you are a stand-in, Callan, in more ways than one.
Fancy uniforms are all the rage nowadays.
Functional. And it did work. Let's see. Is it 3 or 4 years?
6.
And here you are, turning up inside my own organization. At the hands, please. I could have sent one of my assistants. But when I heard it was you...
Yeah. I know just how you feel.
I almost got you that other time, when the other little bird got in the way. Instinct. What a useful thing it is. Where are the marshals?
You gonna put them down too?
I have to protect the network. Anyhow, what difference does it make to him? A few weeks? Also, I can no longer afford the chance of having you catch up with me, Callan.
You were meant to catch up with me. You were meant to walk into the little mousetrap, and you did.
Too bad it didn't work.
You frightened the pets.
The hell is Belyakov?
He may be hanging about waiting for that van to... Oh, look, sir, it's pushing off now.
Charlie, your friend said to tell you it's time for you to cross the road.
What do you mean, Callan's gone?
Blood, sir.
Oh, good, then he's done it.
A bloke's been shot, but he isn't killed.
What the hell is Callan playing at? Miss Marshall, I want another word with you.
I think he means you.
Yes.
I found to do a deal.
Deal?
Listen, the marshals go home, and I'll finish the job.
It's impossible.
They go home now.
Now listen to me.
Listen, there's a plane leaving at 6 o'clock.
Now listen to
You
me.
need listen to me. Now, that gives you just about an hour and a half to get to the airport, right? If the marshals aren't on that plane, then he goes back to the embassy. Yes?
Mr. Callan, they're gone. The plane just took off.
Right, thank you, Leonard.
Marshals have gone?
Yeah.
Well, what are you waiting for?
You should have stayed unconscious.
It would have been easier, wouldn't it?
It's not going to be very hard with a bastard like you.
But you still can't pull the trigger.
Shut up.
You can't leave me here, you know. I'd go straight to the hospital with diplomatic immunity.
Shut up.
If you were one of my people, Callan, I'd fire you.
Yeah, go on, go on.
That girl in Beirut.
Yeah, let's talk about her, shall we?
She needn't have died,
You're
you
right,
know.
she needn't.
And she wouldn't have done, not if you'd killed me when you had your chance.
Go on, go on.
But you weren't tough enough. You were weak then. Just as soft as you are now.
Yeah, go on. Go on, you're making it so much easier. Well, go on!